Look, people will talk about the miss of Bukayo. People will talk about a lot of things, but at the end of the day, I do believe that Paris Saint-Germain deserve to go through over the two legs, and I have to be. It's not even being good sport. They do deserve it. It does hurt as an Arsenal fan, but you have to congratulate them.
Yeah. I mean, they had to score in that early time, didn't they?
Yes,
Arsenal, they had to score in the first 15, 20 minutes. They had to in there, Thierry. I mean, as you said, the best team have got through. I mean, that is the final, really, isn't it? We're probably hoping for Barcelona and Paris Saint-Germain, but Arsenal will be disappointed. But as I said, Paris Saint-Germain have been the best team in Europe this season. So the post-match show is on Sports Network and Paramount Plus. Make sure you join us.
Well, hello, good evening. Welcome along. Yes, Mike is not here, but I think we should still bring you into the studio in London. It's so good to have you with us. Kate, Thierry and Jamie, Mike are over there in Paris, Anita and Peter over there with him too, so we'll check in with them very soon. But let's just talk about what we've just seen. PSG through 3-1 on aggregate against Arsenal at the Parc des Princes. Well, what were your thoughts, Jamie? I haven't been able to hear them for the last half an hour or so.
The best team won. I was impressed with Arsenal's performance in this game. They actually did a lot more than I thought they would, and I think they'll come away from the game thinking they were maybe unfortunate to lose the actual game in itself. I mean, even though PSG missed the penalty, let's not forget, but they put up a really strong show, and I think in that first 20-25 minutes, I think they gave PSG a real scare, and they were very unlucky not to go 1-0 up.
What's your perspective, Thierry?
I mean, like Jimmy said, I mean, the best team went through, and people will talk to me about moments, and yeah, moments do matter, details do matter. Paris Saint-Germain blitzed Arsenal at the beginning at the Emirates I'm talking about, and scored. Arsenal did the same thing at the Parc des Princes and didn't score. And yes, you will tell me that Donnarumma saved it. People will talk to me about the miss of Bukayo Saka. I can go also with Desiré Doué not giving the ball to Barcola. Barcola missing almost a 1v1. Okay, Declan Rice touched it. Them missing a penalty. We can have a lot. At the end of the day, the best team went through. It is painful, but there's nothing really you can say. At one point, Arsenal started to be really direct. Any throw-in, any free kick, anything were played long in the box. No, seriously, and by the way, it worked. It did work, but not enough. And there was a difference between the two teams for me.
Does this feel kind of like a coming of age for PSG in some ways for this team?
Yeah, I think so. I think they've looked better than Inter Milan in this competition because that's all that matters now. And I think if you're PSG and you get to the final and you come up against Inter Milan, who are a very good team, but it's not Real Madrid, it's Big Meeks.
Meeks, Peter Schmeichel and Donnarumma reunited.
Being ignored.
Will Donnarumma know who Big Meeks is?
Big Meeks is being ignored. He's just watching, he's letting the goalkeepers have their moment, I think.
I mean, I love that moment. Peter Schmeichel. Look at that.
Lord.
He knows who
He
Big Meeks
love.
is. He's going to ask him now who his favourite is, isn't he? Who's your favourite? It's you. Look at Mike. Mike, I was asking about his shoulder.
I'm okay, he said.
But listen, this is the man at the moment. He's won the Champions League before. Is he going to win it again, Thierry? Would you make them favourites? You think they've got a really
I go
big
further.
confidence now?
I go further. He won the treble.
Yes.
He can do another one with another team.
Yeah.
So, look, anything can happen in the final. So that's Jamie. I'm not going to go there. But what it did is you were saying, like, is it a team that's coming of age? But there's the youngest team that they ever. Normally that happens to. I won't talk about wine and yesterday, but normally that's what happened with a good wine, a good team. When you have a couple of hurdles
maturity,
and you didn't win, but that team is very young. Most of them don't even know the bad result in Europe. For Paris Saint-Germain, and they don't really care. They went to semi-final last year. They're going to the final this year, and it looks like they might win it. But hey, don't sleep on Inter. It's going to be a very good final.
55th birthday, by the way, tomorrow for Luis Enrique. We should say very happy birthday from CBS and all your friends here.
He's a fan of the show, isn't he?
From time to time.
At one point, he wasn't anymore. I don't know what happened.
Micah offended. You offended him. It was you.
It was me.
No, but Micah, you also, the scarf.
The likely candidates.
I think we've got work to do in the next couple of weeks, get him back on side.
Yes. Well, maybe you should be your charming self. I'm sure it will help. Let's go over to Paris and join our friends over there. Who's there for us? Peter, Micah.
Big weeks.
Oh, Achraf. Hello. Good evening.
I feel like Achraf Hakimi is working for us.
Achraf, can you hear the studio?
Do you hear us now,
I need to
Achraf?
turn it up a little bit.
Achraf!
Hello. Good evening. Congratulations.
How is that feeling? I mean, the celebration, come on.
I think it's amazing. I cannot describe this moment with the fans. You see the ambience. We worked really hard since we started the season. I remember when we be out of Champions League, no one believed in us, so we worked together. It was a difficult moment, but we deserve it.
I said before you was my top 2 fullbacks, but after watching it, I think you've just edged number 1 now. What an absolute performance that was. Wow.
Thank you.
Up, down, offensive, defensive, so much energy.
Yeah, in this kind of games, I motivate myself more than... No, I don't know. I just do what I like to do, make the people enjoy. I enjoy also play this kind of game, so I'm really proud for my game, for also the performance of the team, and I'm really happy.
What are you doing? Playing right back, right full back, and then you end up on the left-hand side and scoring the goal.
Just is the freedom that the coach give me. Yeah, the coach make me say for me go forward, be free, inside, outside, and I feel good in this kind of movement that the coach let me do, and I can make it in the pitch.
Can I ask you about the atmosphere in the stadium? It's one of the best, if not the best, I've ever heard.
I think yes. I think we have I don't know if it's the best or one of the best support stadium in the world. Where I'm really happy, proud to play in Paris Saint-Germain in front of these fans. We know that, like I said before, it's difficult moments in the season, but is the one of they believe in our work, and they support us always, and they also deserve these kind of moments.
I don't want to steal your moment, but I do have to ask you, first of all, do you know what you're holding? Have you ever had one of them that is yours?
In the Champions League, no. So it's good to hold it. It's amazing, and you fully deserve it.
This is part of the team. They deserve all the players that they play today. Also the player that didn't play, the coach, all the people is behind of this work. They deserve also the MVP.
Have you had one of these before,
Peter, I don't know if you guys can hear me. Achraf.
No.
We're struggling to hear you guys. There's some kind of audio issues. We're having problems hearing you guys. Are we going to have to dip out, everybody? We're going to sort it out. Unfortunately, not properly. We'll sort it out. We'll come back to you and see if that makes a difference. Achraf, try that a second. Okay, no, we'll.
This is the goal, Thierry, and at first you think it's a great strike from Luis. Lovely first touch.
That's
Arsenal very unfortunate.
It's just the way that he opens up, right? The way he controls the ball. But I will question Saliba turning. Because if you keep your body big frame, that ball hits your belly. It turns, then deflection happens. You wouldn't have turned.
2-0 down on aggregate.
You would have faced that.
It's a hill to climb, but it's not impossible.
I wasn't confident before that. I explained. There is something that's very important when you play in Europe is when you do dominate, you have to show something with it. You can not only have opportunities, and we all know that Donnarumma was outstanding. He had a save also from Martinelli, but you're not showing anything out of it. And now you're 1-0 down again in the return leg, so 2-0 down on aggregate.
Yeah, well, we'll see what they can do in this second half. We're going to go to a very quick break. We'll be right back with you. Heineken halftime moment is coming up with Thierry. Yes, you get to... Welcome back to the Heineken halftime house. PSG Arsenal at the break, and yes, that means it is time for our Heineken unmissable moment. Rare appearance from Thierry Henry.
Very missable.
So far.
Very missable moment.
Any more than that, or that's it?
Nope, that's it. Jamie?
A goal from Fabian Ruiz, who you can see is pleased. So he celebrates on his knees. There you go, Kate.
There you go. That's your Micah.
Yeah.
Heineken won't want you back, Thierry. I know.
Do I look like I care?
I know.
He's down in the dumps, isn't he, with Arsenal?
I know.
He thinks it's over.
Fine. Yeah. Do you? Okay, anyway. That is it. That is our first half Heineken unmissable moment. We're going to have more from the Champions League in a quick minute.
There was a moment there, Luis Enrique, and he looked at the crowd and he kind of wiped his head back like that, took it all in and really exhaled and went like this. Like, it's just a moment for a brilliant manager.
Credit to him. I know he's been through a tough time as well in his private life, and I think you see a team that has complete clarity on every single phase of the game and every single action they do, in possession, out possession, and he's fantastic. I mean, what a coach. And you can see the players as well, how much they care for him and how much they want to play for him.
He has a lot of that great man management about him, Luis Enrique, isn't he? And the way that he brings modern things into the game and tries new things with his players.
But you know what? He was a brilliant player, and he understands the makeup of a dressing room. He understands that you can't carry any players in the Champions League. The players are too good. And now that they work as a team, they're so much more effective, PSG, and they're actually fun to watch. They've captured the hearts of Paris fans, captured the hearts of French fans, and even the neutrals. I think they're a good watch, PSG, and credit the manager. It all starts with the manager. We've seen that, and he's got a brilliant group of players that work so hard.
Arsenal and Mikel Arteta especially, he was criticised slightly for tactics in parts of the season and in the first leg perhaps. What did you think of the way that you approached the game tonight, Martin?
Yeah, I was calling for that. I'd seen a lot of the footage. I think the first 20 minutes in the first tie, they gave us a bit of a lesson, and he learned from that tonight. He made sure he pressed really high. Declan Rice being able to do that in midfield. Partey was giving that assurance, although he was a part of the goal that we conceded. Of course, the ball was headed back into an area where they punished us. But all in all, I think the tactics were perfect. Again, you saw the manager learning from the first game. It was just in that final third where you needed a box in the box, somebody who was going to really hurt them. And there were times when, when they were counter-attacking us, they had real pace, but we didn't have the same weapons to hurt them with. And I think that's where the change will come. Big recruitment will come in the summer.
Yeah, I think when you think about tactically, you think about the goals they conceded. So one's a set play where someone maybe switches off, gives a poor header, and then the second one, someone gives the ball away and you get hurt on transition. So I agree. I think tactically it was okay, and there's just them small little moments of quality where you were lacking.
In Paris, after a pretty quick start, an unbelievable start really for Arsenal. The score at the moment 1-0 on the night and 2-0 on aggregate. How impressed were you with the way that Arsenal kicked off the start?
It's exactly what we spoke about. They needed to do that. They needed to really ask the question of this PSG defence, and I think we've done that. We created a lot of moments. Unfortunately, we didn't manage to put the ball in the net, but we have to keep that same mentality because it's not done yet.
Donnarumma called into action pretty quickly.
I mean, Arsenal did brilliantly. Declan, he can easily score that as well, but they put the ball in the box. We said cross it. They're better in the air than PSG. They had PSG rattled. How many throws did they have? Partey, I can't believe how long his throw is. That could go anywhere. The goalkeeper makes a brilliant save, but credit Arsenal and Mikel. They had a game plan before the game. The only thing that was missing, Jack, was the goal.
Yeah, and I think this one here.
My word!
What a save! What a save!
He has no right to save that.
Yeah, he has no right. And we spoke about that before the game. That can be the difference. And then you see at the other end, they go up the other end and they have a little bit of quality, and they end up going in at half-time 1-0 up.
And for all that hard work and all the shots and the pressure that Arsenal were putting on, the first goal falls to PSG. They actually hit the post a little bit earlier on than that, but Fabio Ruiz, the ball fell to him. He took it pretty well. Yeah,
Lord, we said about set pieces. It's not a great header from Partey. Fabio Ruiz does brilliantly. And you see Martin, he gets there a little bit too quick. Watch him. He's at the edge of the box. But once that ball comes out, he gets there a little bit too quick. He's got to know Fabio Ruiz's left-footed, Jack, isn't he?
Yeah, for me, I think he has to travel as the ball goes over his head, and he sort of then realises that he's not there and he's free. The header from Partey has to go behind or out for a corner or anywhere but there.
The deflection kills everybody.
Yeah, and then he gets there too quick, and it's a bit.
Let's have another look at that deflection, because when you see it from this angle, it's a pretty nasty deflection, isn't it?
Yeah, I think initially we all thought, wow, what a great strike from Fabio Ruiz, but look at that. Off Saliba with a bit of check. I don't know how it's
It takes it away from Ray, has no chance.
Okay, guys, well, look, second half to come. Hopefully it's as exciting as the first. And
Martí, que si no está es por motivos de fuerza mayor, así que todo el ánimo para él. Un abrazo grande y veremos si su Rayo le puede dar hoy una alegría.
En troncos de Sergio García junto a Verdú, cuando ya se cogen esas cartas secretas. A turno de Aitor Vives. Encara Aitor, arriba. Desviado el remate de Aitor Vives, la llega a tocar
Sí.
Paul Lechuga.
Días en los que quizá podrían haber tenido mejor resultado, los porteros han estado ahí.
Viene el balón para Manu. Precisamente un portero es quien le da el primer gol a Troncos. ¡Gol! En la frontal del área decide combinar sobre la figura de Paul Lechuga. Vértice del área, probará con el regate. No, la cambia entera. ¡Qué balón de Lechuga para Alegre! ¡Para adentro! ¡Gol! Pues espérate porque viene Fraile a esta línea de fondo, la pone Fraile, el balón para Poc, que recorta delante de Ferres. ¡Poc! ¡Qué parada abajo! De Manu Martín, lo hizo de fábula.
Han señalado cesión.
Libre en directo, eso es.
Sí, libre en directo.
Ojo que la pone rápido en movimiento, los Troncos para adentro. Sergio. ¡Gol! Vamos al penalti, presidente. Lo tirará en paralelo a la portería Perchita. Perchita ante Lechuga. Le pega Perchita. ¡Lo ha parado! Con suspense, con incertidumbre, pero acabó sacando finalmente. Pues venga, todo tuyo. Ahí está, algo bajito, capo. Verdú. Contacto con la pelota en el carril central, abre precisamente para Vives. El centro acaba siendo portería porque evitaron que el pase de la muerte pudiese llegar. Pero si eres de Barcelona y quieres vivir la emoción de la última jornada en el Cupra Arena de tanto la Kings League Infojobs como de la Queens League, puedes entrar también en el centro y el remate. Ahora te lo cuento porque es un golazo. ¡Gol! Frankie Purtí, irá Frankie para darle la vuelta al Rayo. Frankie lo ha parado. Lo ha parado Manu Martín. En la porfía con Ian, en todo caso no se aplica nada y viene el ataque ahora de los Troncos. ¡Lechuga! Román Alegre está bien, gol doble.
Gol doble para Rayo.
Sí. El capitán de los Troncos combina con Vives. Lechuga. Era muy difícil porque le botó justo en el momento. Un penalti shootout. Tanto sonoras como lumínicas del Cupra Arena. Sorroche para el tercero. Lechuga. Decide combinar sobre Paul Román. Aparece Román Alegre que filtra el envío. El remate para adentro. ¡Gol de oro! ¡Cántalo! ¡Gol! ¡Gol! Del Rayo de Barcelona. Llegar y besar el santo Joel Paredes.
Frankie Purtí, Prime MVP, por fin ha llegado esa victoria tan esperada para el Rayo.
Sí, ha costado mucho. La verdad que aquí ganar cuesta muchísimo y hay que valorarlo mucho. Y como ha dicho el míster, al final hoy era un partido amistoso que encarábamos como preparación para el partido donde nos jugamos la vida, que es el partido de play-out del Mundial. Y esperemos que esto nos sirva para encarar una buena dinámica y encarar ese partido de la mejor manera posible.
Hoy no ha podido estar el Presi, no sé si nos estará viendo desde casa y no sé si le quieres decir algo.
Yo creo que sí nos estará viendo. Le mando un fuerte abrazo. Esta semana ha sido una semana difícil para él y espero que este le anime, tanto la victoria del femenino como la nuestra este fin de semana. Espero que le anime y que le ayude a pasar la semana de la mejor manera posible y decirle que le queremos mucho y que vamos a dar la vida para que el Rayo esté en el Mundial.
Ojalá que así sea. Enhorabuena. Gracias.